African salad is one of the topmost food that so many Africans love to eat, especially in a particular country called Nigeria. Let me take you through the process of making this delicious food. Should I just say delicious native food? So the first thing was to wash the protein that you want to use in making this, which was the cow skin and dry fish. After washing them thoroughly to make sure that the dirt are all out from the meat, you just put the dry fish in a pot with onions to cook for a little while so that it can soften. While you eat this native delicacy, it's always appetizing when you bite this cow skin. It's a very wonderful food. So I added the cow skin inside the dry fish that I was cooking. And this was my crayfish, the tiny little fishes that we also use in making food. I had to put it to dry up on a non-stick pan so that I can easily use my mortar and my pestle to squash it. Next thing, I chop my onions. This is a bitter leaf, not the bitter leaf that they normally use in making onugbu soup or bitter leaf soup, but it is called otaze. It's a very medicinal leaf, okay? So I separated these onions to be in rings like this. And the next thing is to put the potash inside the water to dissolve it. So what I need is the water of this potash and not the potash itself, because if you put in the potash and while eating this, you feel like you're eating sand and you wouldn't want that. After my crayfish has dried up, this was what I did. I brought out my mortar, my pestle, and I squashed it. You see? So it became in powder form. And I checked on my dry fish. It was done. I brought it out. I added my red oil to this. Turned it very well to incorporate, okay, very nicely before I now added the potash water. You can see that I left the sand of the potash without putting it inside this food. So I don't eat and eat sand. So I felt maybe that the oil wasn't too enough for this because I had some quantity that I've already, the African salad that I had already, washed, and this oil wasn't going to be enough for that. So I added some oil, that grinded crayfish, part of it, my Maggi, and this is ugiri. Yes, it makes native foods very delicious, and it's also a thickener. You can see that it has thickened this soup a little bit. So I added in the rest of the grounded crayfish that I squashed. Okay, then I started adding the abacha itself. It is called abacha. So by the time we incorporate all those things that we're going to use in making the food, we can now call that African salad, because by then everything must have, been put into place to make this a befitting salad. So I added the onions. By now I have offed the gas, okay? So I'm just, doing this without any flame, all right? So I added the onions and I turned this thing. While turning this thing, you keep eating it while turning it, because the taste that is in this is very, very appealing to the taste bud. So after turning this, I brought it down. It was done. Look at it. Looking all beautiful. So I added in the opaka. It is called opaka. I turned this. This can be optional if you want to. All right. But it just gives this whole thing 100%, salad mixture. Okay. So after that, I started putting it on the plate. Isn't it looking beautiful? I put my tomatoes, the cucumbers. So I was trying to dress this so that it would seem, appealing to the eyes. Okay, so I put in the otaze and some little bit of cabbages and some onions that I also sliced up to put in this. And then the fish in the middle of that. I just wanted this to look very appetizing, and I'm so I can't just wait to dabble into this while I was, doing this. And what I was sprinkling on this was dried pepper. Dried pepper, okay? So that's just it. Look at the food. Isn't it looking very appetizing and looking all sumptuous? So this is just a quick process and the most delicious native food that you can dabble into when you come to a particular country called Nigeria. This food is very delicious. People crave for this all the time. I'm going to see you on my next video. Thank you all for watching.